Right now I'm joined by Rob Tebbutt, who is from ID Boxing, boxing journalist, so knows absolutely everything. So I'm going to ask you, what is your opinion for tomorrow night? What can we expect tomorrow?
Well, I think it's fair to say that, Tyson Fury has already beat Derek Chisora twice. I don't think everybody had been clamouring for this fight. I'm not sure it's the fight that everybody wanted. We heard Anthony Joshua's name, Alexander Usyk's name. We've ended up with Derek Chisora. Tyson Fury is entitled to a voluntary defence, and he is a massive, massive favourite. He's the #1 heavyweight in the world. Derek Chisora is, he's always competed with the top guys, Alexander Usyk, Vitaly Klitschko, etc. But look, I think Tyson Fury is rightfully a significant favourite, and I expect him to do the job in pretty good fashion tomorrow night against Derek.
Think it'll be over in just a few rounds?
Not necessarily a few rounds. Derek is tough, he's experienced, they know each other well, of course, they've boxed each other twice before. I think Tyson is a showman. I don't think he'd kind of go out there and also risk where Derek is at his most fresh by going in there and trying to get rid of him so soon. I think we might see Tyson try and weather that famous Derek Chisora early storm that we always see from him and take it into the second half of the fight. But I expect Tyson to potentially get the job done around 8 or 9 rounds.
Yeah. And what about Derek Chisora? Do you reckon he'll retire after this fight? Do you see him carrying on?
I've made the mistake of asking him a few times.
No, you were one of those.
Yeah, I've asked him a few times about his future plans, and he's made no bones about the fact that he's making good money, and while people are still paying him good money, he's going to carry on boxing. As the old saying goes, fighters stop fighting when people stop paying them, and he's still, he's a headliner. He's headlining another pay-per-view. I think, provided he doesn't go out there and get blown away in a round or two, as we were discussing just a minute ago, I think we'll see him again. Daniel Dubois on the undercard against Kevin Lerena. I think that's a potential fight for him in the future. Derek's well known. He always gives good action and good value for money for fans who are watching. So I expect to see him again after tomorrow night, but I don't expect him to win tomorrow night.
But I think we'll be entertained.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, I think the fight is heavily stacked in Tyson's favour. I really do. How entertaining it will be, I think for the first 3 or 4 rounds we'll see Derek kind of go there, throw a lot of punches, be aggressive, do what we all know that he can do. But after that I expect it to be fairly one-sided. I think if Tyson, as he's talked about, holds his feet and tries to have a kind of a square go in the middle of the ring and let the big shots go, then it'll be entertaining for fans. But I think Tyson has the ability to win the fight however which way he wants. If he decides to make it boring, it'll be boring. If he decides to make it exciting, it'll be exciting.
I agree. So as a boxing journalist and a fan, I'm guessing you're a fan, otherwise you wouldn't be here, what fights do you want to see next year, 2023?
I think the big one, of course, is Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk for all the marbles at heavyweight, the undisputed title. We haven't had a 4-belt undisputed champion. The last undisputed champion we had was Lennox Lewis many, many years ago. So yeah, that's the fight that I would most like to see, certainly in the heavyweight division. Outside of that, there's Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev at light heavyweight, Terence Crawford and Errol Spence at welterweight, but I think everyone loves a big heavyweight fight. So I think Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk for the undisputed heavyweight title is my one for 2023.
It's a big, exciting one, I agree.
Always a big, exciting one. When the big heavyweights get together, it's something unique. It obviously brings in different fans of the sport, and I'm a boxing nerd, and I'll watch all of the little fellas fight each other. But generally speaking, the big heavyweight fights bring out the fans, the casual audience. So I think Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk is my one to watch for 2023. Yeah.
Do you follow any of the YouTuber fights? What's your opinion on that?
I don't follow them, but I'm not one of these people who has a massive issue with it, I have to say. I would probably consider myself part of the hardcore boxing fraternity. I think there's a lot more things that are detrimental to the sport than YouTube boxing. We see a lot of amateur fighters who have had 300 amateur fights, fight some fella on 3 or 4 days' notice, and beats the shit out of them, really. So I think those things are more harmful for the sport than a bunch of YouTubers coming together. And look, they've got an audience and a platform that they've built over the years, and provided in the greatest of respects they kind of stay in their lane and do what they're doing and don't kind of cross over into real boxing. Got no issue with it. I think it brings a different audience to boxing. How many of those kind of translate into regular boxing, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's something. It's a spectacle. It's not really for me, but I don't really have any major problem with it.
Great. Well, thank you so much for talking to me today. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Ready for the fight?
You will indeed, and well done. And what we got? So we've
Talkin
got
Fight.
TalkinFight.com. Everybody, make sure you subscribe to TalkinFight.com. First event, a good one to do as well. Tyson Fury and Derek Chisora. So it's all downhill from here. But thanks very much for having me.
Thank you.
See you soon. Thanks very much. Thank you. Well done.